afternoon, everyone. Well, we're 2 minutes into afternoon anyway. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to episode 9 on What the Fitness. Today, we will be talking about sleep and stress. We will be going through the depths of how sleep and stress affects your health and fitness progress in the gym. All right. Again, if you all have any questions, just type in the comments and we'll get to you. All right. So if you're all ready, let's dive into sleep and stress. We're going to talk a little bit about that. All right. So basically, we know that sleep is an essential modulator of your body's ability to control glucose, metabolism, and your neuroendocrine functions. Right. So not getting enough sleep creates a hormonal imbalance in the body, hence leading to overeating and increase of body weight. So hormones like leptin and ghrelin are responsible of regulating your appetite. So when you are not getting enough sleep, the production of these hormones is altered in a way that increases your appetite. And sleep deprivation can also lead to growth hormone deficiency, and it elevates cortisol levels in your body, which is linked to obesity. In addition to that, studies have also proven that lack of sleep affects your body's metabolism. So when you lack sleep, you tend to reach for high calorie comfort foods like pizza or thanks to your nose olfactory system, which goes on a hyperdrive and sharpens food odors for your brain. Okay. So eating high calorie foods increases the risk of weight gain, especially when these foods are consumed in the evening or at night when your body is at rest, right? Giving it no chance of burning off the calories. Furthermore, individuals who do not get enough sleep gets less exercise because sleepiness causes fatigue and lethargic during the day. Now, I'm going to give you all just 4 simple tips on how to get better sleep, okay? So tip number 1, how to get better sleep, all right? You want to get in sync with your body's natural wake system, your sleep-wake cycle, all right? Or circadian rhythm, per se, right? It's one of the most important strategies for sleeping better. If you keep a regular sleep-wake schedule, you feel much more refreshed and energized than if you sleep the same number of hours at different times, even if you only sleep only after your sleep schedule by an hour or two. Okay. And tip number 2, you got to control your exposure to light. Light, say, from your laptop, your cell phone, your TV. All right. Why? Because your body produces melatonin. So what's melatonin? Melatonin is naturally occurring hormone controlled by light exposure, that helps to regulate your sleep cycle. Your brain secretes more melatonin when it's dark, hence making you sleepy. And when there's light, all right, making you more alert. However, many aspects of modern life can be altered your body's production of melatonin and shift your circadian rhythm. Okay. Now, tip number 3, exercise during the day. Studies have shown that people who exercise regularly sleep better at night and feel less sleepy during the day. Regular exercise also improves the symptoms of insomnia and sleep apnea, and increases the amount of time you spend in deep restorative stages of sleep, right? Basically your REM, okay? Now, last tip, number 4, on how to sleep better, okay? Do you often find yourself unable to get to sleep or regularly waking up in the middle of the night? Right. So your residual stress, worry, and anger from your day can make it very difficult to sleep well. So taking steps to manage your overall stress and learning how to curb the worry habit can make it easier to unwind at night. You can also try developing a relaxing bedtime ritual to help you prepare your mind for sleep, such as practicing relaxation techniques, taking a warm bath, or dimming the lights, listening to soft music or an audiobook. But we will get to more tips on how to de-stress later on. Okay. And that's just a little bit about sleep. Okay. Now we're going to talk about how stress affects weight gain, all right? How it affects your progress as well. Now, we all know that stress can not only negatively affect your mental health, but it can also manifest physically. That includes unintentional weight changes. And in some cases, folks experience weight loss when stress hits. However, they are the majority of people who experience stress-related weight fluctuation notice weight gain. And it doesn't matter what type of stress you're dealing with. A large study back in 2013 suggested that both perceived stress and life event stress can cause weight gain. If you're dealing with multiple forms of stress, the chances of experiencing unwanted weight gain are even higher. Okay, and we all know that stress can also increase cortisol. So cortisol, we all know, is the stress hormone. All right, it's released by our adrenal glands. Right, cortisol plays an important role in regulating your metabolism, reducing inflammation, and increasing blood sugar levels. So when you sense something stressful is coming, your body's very own spidey senses begin to tingle. It starts to prepare to fight or run from an enemy, right? That's basically your fight or flight response, right? Now, during this reaction, cortisol releases glucose into your bloodstream to give you the boost of energy it thinks you need to react to this particular situation. So prolonged or chronic stress can keep your cortisol level on the rise. That can lead to an overload of glucose. If it's left unmanaged, all of this extra glucose in your blood could contribute to obesity. And if we talk about how stress promotes unhealthy habits, well, if you find yourself reaching for processed snacks, whenever you're feeling stressed, guess what? You're not alone, right? Stress can cause a lot of folks to crave comforting food, food which tends to be high in calories and low on vitamins and nutrients. Stress can also make you more likely to overindulge thanks to its effects on your metabolic hormones. If you're eating more calories than your body needs, that can lead to unwanted weight gain. So there's a small study back in 2014 found that stress can also slow down your metabolism and promote obesity. So finding ways to manage your stress can help you to build healthy habits and stick to them. So I'm going to share with you 5 ways to relieve stress, right? I mean, you may have your own ways, but this is just 5 ways that I would use for myself, all right? So tip number 1 is that use guided meditation, right? Guided meditation is a great way to distract yourself from the stress of day-to-day life. There are many guided meditations available on the internet or even Spotify that can help you to find 5 minutes of centered relaxation. Okay. Now, tip number 2, you got to learn to practice deep breathing, right? Now, deep breathing is a great way to reduce activation of your sympathetic nervous system, which controls the body's response to a perceived threat. Deep breaths taken into counts of 5 seconds, hold it for 2 seconds, release 5 seconds, can help to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps to reduce the overall stress and anxiety you may be experiencing. Now, tip number 3, maintain physical exercise and good nutrition. Now, physical exercise and nutrition are 2 important components in how you respond to stress. When your body is healthy, you can be healthy and vice versa. Physical exercises is proven to be a great stress reliever and also helps to improve your overall quality of life, right? Nutrition is important as stress can deplete certain vitamins such as vitamin A, B complex, C, and E. Okay, so maintaining proper nutrition not only helps your body to feel better, but your mind as well, which allows you to combat stress. Now, number 4, you gotta learn to manage your social media time. Okay, spending time on social media sites can become very stressful, right? Not only by what we might see on them, but also because the time you are spending on social media might be best spent enjoying visiting with friends, getting some exercise in, or you're just having a nice walk outside, enjoying the weather, reading a great book. There are many things that you can do, Okay. Best is if you could stay away from your phone an hour or two before bed. Okay. Now, tip number 5: learn to connect with others. Humans are social beings. You need to have connection with people who feel supported. All right. I understand there are some people that we want to tend to stay away from because they tend to put some stress onto your life. But well, you got to learn to find that circle that learns to support you. Okay. Hence, finding a sense of community, whether at work, or social events, or maybe sports, like marathons, meet new people. Okay. It's important for your well-being. Learn to enjoy a shared activity, which allows you to find support and foster relationship that can be supported in difficult times. Okay. Now, if I have to go back to the hierarchy of importance pyramid, and if I needed to add something else onto it, well, the hierarchy of importance pyramid is like the Maslow pyramid. Okay. What I would add into it is definitely would be sleep and stress. Okay. It would probably be around the level of protein and fiber. Okay. Now, there's a recent emerging evidence that shows that sleep deprivation, if you're having less than 5 hours of sleep per night versus 8.5 hours of sleep per night, it is demonstrated by a group, and the results actually shows that the group that was sleep deprived lost nearly half their mass from lean body mass, while the group that was non-sleep deprived had plenty of sleep, lost the vast majority of their body mass from fat tissue. All right. Now, there's a huge difference. Yeah. Now, part of this is likely because sleep deprivation increases ghrelin. So it increases hunger, right? So ghrelin is basically a hormone that's produced by our body. It lets us know when you're hungry, when you're full, all right? It also seems to decrease the energy expenditure. Plus, its negativity impacts us from recovering from exercise, which may also change which tissues are preferably lost during a deficit, right? If you're on a calorie deficit. So getting in enough sleep should be a big focus during a calorie deficit. And quite frankly, just for a healthy life, right? The other thing is that, minimizing stress is also important, all right? We got to learn to handle this. We got to learn to minimize this, right? People who do well with stress are people who acknowledge it exists. They don't try to pretend it's not there, but they also don't let it dominate their thoughts. They're able to kind of, as they say, watch the movie of their lives rather than being the star of the movie of their lives. So it's essential to educate your clients, on the what's that word? So it's essential to not just educate yourself, but also the people around you on the various stress management techniques that's available to them. All right, like what we mentioned earlier on the tips on how to de-stress yourself. So whatever works for you. It can be a nice warm bath. Shower, reading I would say ebook, listening to guided meditation, things like that. Okay, so you could also just sit and chill and watch Netflix, but make sure to stay away from all this blue screen an hour or two before bed. Okay, so if you have any other question at all when it comes to stress or sleep, you can drop us in the comment and we'll get to you. And this is just a nice little sharing from sleep and stress. All right. If you have any thoughts or any opinions on how you would want to sleep better, you can share it in the comments as well, or how you would handle stress. Again, you can share it in the comments below. So yes, that wraps up today's short topic on understanding sleep and stress, how it affects your progress in the gym. All right. So thank you all. We will be seeing you next week for episode 10. What is the topic about? That's for you to stay tuned and find out. All right. Have an awesome weekend, everyone.